Hello everybody, Chugging into 1000 Body for Duty. Welcome back to an episode of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Before I actually address anything about what I did last episode, what we're going to be doing this episode, I do want to apologize about what happened at the end of the last episode. Because at the end of the last episode, I was about to mention about the reasoning why everybody hates this guy, Begin. And as I was about to get to the point, I saw my iPad screen suddenly go black screen and then all of a sudden show the Apple logo to indicate the fact that my iPad, while in the middle of the recording, decided to turn itself off and then back on again, giving the impression that I told it to restart itself when I didn't tell it to do that at all. So I'm not happy with the fact that my iPad decided to randomly do that on its own without me telling it to. So I do apologize about that. But obviously I didn't get down to the point of explaining why everybody hates this guy, so I'm going to go straight to the point right here, right now. The reason why everybody hates this guy so much is because of what he does. He allows you to create more space in your satchel so that way you can pick up more items and store them in your inventory as you're navigating around the land of Hishui. But the problem is, every single time when you ask him to expand the size of your satchel for you, he will ask you to pay in money to do it. So it's like one case, he'll be here, he's asking me to pay 100. So I'll do it. He makes more space, but the problem is it allows you to hold one more item. Ask him to do it again, and now the price is 200. And now ask the third time, it's now 300. And then ask the fourth time, is now 400. You can see where I'm getting at with this. First price was 100. The second price was 2. The third price was 3. The fourth price was 4. The fifth price is now 5. And then the next price after will not be 600. It will go straight to 1,000. So this is what happens. He does it where it's like it goes 100, then 200, then 300, then 400, then 500, then 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000, then 2,500, then 3,000, then 4,500, then 3,500 and 4,000, then 4,500 and 50. So you get what I mean. He makes it more expensive to expand your satchel. So if I do 1,000, it will then be 1,500, then 2,000, then 2,500, then 3,000, then 3,500, then 4,000, then 4,500 and 5,000, then 6,000, then 7,000, then 8,000, then 9,000, then 10,000. He just makes it go up and up and up, more and more and more. And the thing is, money is limited in this game. Because how do you get money? By doing research tasks. And every Pokemon has a max limit of research tasks that they can do. So really, you're basically wasting your money for something you do not actually need, but would at the same time be helpful. Right, anyway. That is the reason why everybody hates Baggin so much. Now this guy here, Dorian, I don't want to say another group of people hate this guy in particular, because his side quest, he wants to see a Breezel that happens to be bigger than his. But the thing is, he's asking for a specific size Breezel. He wants you to find a Breezel that is at least 2'7" or more. But if we look at my Breezels, this one is 2 foot 3. This one is 2 foot 1. This one is 2 foot 3. And this one's 2 foot 4. None of these will work. You specifically need a Breezel that is 2 foot 7 or more. And the best way for you to do that, we might get a chance to do it, but we also might not. Ever since battling the Alpha Cricketune, your chances of finding wild Alpha Pokemon appear more commonly. And I just realized something else. I need to go back to the Galaxy Hall real fast, because if I go to like the request here, the playing with Drifloon quest. Oh. Alright. Okay. I wish, honestly, with these warp panels, fair enough for one to be in the practice field, but then you got 4 in a row over here. Why not have one here? That would literally make things all the more sense. Okay, so it's that person you gotta talk to. So you've accepted my request to look into that Drifloon. I can't tell you what a big help that is. Let me fill you in. We've heard reports that a Drifloon was playing with one of the village children out over at Pollute Beach in the evenings. This seemed like odd behavior for a Pokemon, so all of us in the security guards worried its true intentions were to harm the child in some way. Okay? Yeah, just gonna skip through the rest of the... Oh, dang. So yeah. We unfortunately cannot proceed further onwards in this quest until it happens to be close to the evening time. So, the way how you do that is let time pass when you're navigating Obsidian Fieldlands, or go into your place of rest and just put down sleep until the evening. So now we have the checkpoint pop up on where we need to go. So we're going to warp straight over to the practice field. And honestly, you know when we got told about having Weirdeer be a ride Pokemon particularly? That is actually the case, but I will tell you this right now. When navigating Jubilife Village, any ride Pokemon that you happen to unlock, you will not be allowed to use them. The only way you can allow to be used is if you're inside the Obsidian Fieldlands and so on. So yeah, this guy wants to go home, but Drifloon will not let him go. The reason why, mate, is because Drifloon actually kidnap children and take them to their grave. Right, now we've got to report back to Miki, so we're going to warp over to the farm. Oop. Yep, we got it sorted out. I'm not even going to bother reading the text because we're going to be here all day otherwise. Right, we get Stardust for a trouble. Now, this side quest over here, I will accept it, but the problem is I will not be completing it. And here's the reason why. Sorry, that's my stomach rumbling. He was scouring the hotwood for crops we could grow in the fields, and he saw a Pokemon called Cherim. This guy wants you to complete the research tasks of Cherim. This is honestly by far the most tedious tasks to do, because the only way you can find a Cherim in this game, remember when I mentioned about how you find Geodudes in ore deposit spots? Well, Cherim is literally the exact same thing, but not in ore deposit spots, but it's instead in trees. You need to check a specific tree that is shaking and hope that a Cherim comes out of it. It doesn't always work though, and I can tell you this as a matter of fact. He says you can find a Cherim in the Obsidian Fieldlands, yes, but you find Cherubi more commonly there. The best place for you to actually find a Cherim in the wild is in a location that we cannot get access to until sometime later in the story. This guy, he's on a crafting quest. He wants to craft Pokeshi dolls. So, we need 3 planes of wood. Now, with Anvin, you can buy crafting recipes, so we can get Remedy, Honeycake, Ox Power, and Ox Guard. We can also sell items if we so wish. Where in this case, I'm not really going to be bothering doing that. But you can also buy crafting materials. He will not let you buy wood, unfortunately. You can only buy apricorn, tumblestone, cake, lure base, and springy mushroom. Which, by the way, we do need a springy mushroom for a quest. So might as well pick that up. And now let's warp over to the front gate. And instantly, this will trigger the cutscene of Folo being ambushing again. And he will give you some super potion. Yeah, it will give you super potions. Now let's walk over to this guy. Oh, I did. Oh, it's the Oranberry guy. Yeah, this guy just wants Oranberries. Nothing in particular. Kind of interesting how Oranberries actually heal more HP than they do in the original games, because in the original games, Oranberries only heal 10 HP, but in this game they heal, I think, 20? And, right, let's load the, oh, no, wrong one. Let's load the request list again. Bothersome Bidoof. So that's this person over here. As soon as you talk to her, you see the 3 Bidoof running into the village. And it's up to you to get the Bidoof. However, to do this, you need to add a Bidoof to your team. So, let's take out Stantler and let's put in any Bidoof we have. So your task here is to observe the entire field lens, sorry, not field lens, the entire village in hope to find the Bidoof. The first one is located over here. And Sumugi will get the Bidoof caught. So now our mission is to find the other two. The next one to be found, I'm pretty sure, is located behind here. Yep, here he is. Okay, just one. Oh, this person will do the Subat quest. There we go. All she just wants is to see the Subat. There we go. That's that sorted out. Now back to the Bidoof quest. So these like NPCs talking to you non-stop about being like, I do not know what a Pokemon is. Can you tell me? And it's just so tedious sometimes. It really is. Right, actually, let's talk to Beauregard. Nope, still not unlocked yet. Here's the last Bidoof. And upon catching those three Bidoof, she'll then decide on wanting to give them a heave-ho, as in like kicking them immediately out of the village. But Sanqua here tells you that she can actually do with those Bidoof to actually help make more houses. Yeah, see? They're just Pokemon being Pokemon. How are they supposed to know a village is a strict no-chewing zone? Shows good taste on their part to come all the way here to gnaw on our woodwork too. But if they're going to stay here, they'll have to help with our work. They got the guts to keep trying to get into the village, plus the teeth to gnash through trees and rocks. Just what our corpse needs. So there we go. And we get a rare candy. Nice. That's actually going to be really helpful. We're going to store... Oh. Yeah, we're going to store them. We're also going to store Vivichoke, the Bugwort, and the Medicinal Herb. Right. Other side quests that we have to do requires going out, requires going out, requires going out. Okay. Vision test 17. Person that we need to talk to, where is she? Is it? No, it's not you. Where are they? Sorry, Oh, you're over there. Okay. So we'll head down over. Give her our Geodude. And then there'll be one more thing I want to do before anything else. So we get EXP Candy S and Honey Cake. So EXP Candy is like another equivalent of rare candies that debuted in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Considering the fact that Legends Arceus is technically a Gen 8 game that happened after Sword and Shield. Same for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, to be honest, but Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl did not have EXP candies, which I find to be lame, to be truthfully honest, but can understand wanting to follow the criteria of the original Diamond and Pearl, which, to be honest, still very stupid, because Diamond and Pearl originally, not really the greatest game in the world. Pokemon Platinum is way better than them. There we go. We'll talk to Silene, get our star rank up. So now, upon doing that, we can craft a new Pokeball called the Feather Ball. When we was the first star rank, we obtained an item called Heavy Balls, which is kind of like a regular Pokeball, but the problem is they don't travel as far as you think. Feather Ball, on the other hand, is the opposite. They are a ridiculously light Pokeball that can be thrown, and they can be thrown further. So it's like, oh, actually, I can't send out my Pokemon inside the Galaxy Hall. Okay. So, say for example, you send out your Pokemon here, and it's this distance. This is the proper distance for a regular Pokeball, but a Heavy Ball only travels at around this distance. The Feather Ball can travel around this distance. That is the significant difference between the three kinds of Pokeballs, between the regular, the heavy, and the feathered. Now I'm going to talk to this guy real quick, because talking to him will unlock another side quest for us. So we enter. And this will be a case where it's like you can take photos with your Pokemon at any time, but I never bother with it, personally. However, his side quest... Oh, no, they don't want to prevent. Okay, never mind. I guess his side quest is not active yet. Despite the fact you need to talk to him first to access the side quest in the first place. Right, anyway, no more delays now. We're going back into the Obsidian Fieldlands. We can go straight to the Heights camp if we want, but I'm going back to the Fieldlands camp because of the two side quests that are located right at that camp, so we can tick them off. So you... He will give you a cake lure base so you can actually craft the cakes yourself. But he'll give you the... I think he'll tell you about mushroom cakes in particular, so it gives you the mushroom cake ingredient list. Well, recipe list, best way of putting it. And you wanted to complete the entry of Cricket Art. Get the Vivichokes. And now... I'm going to head over to the Heights camp. Oh, actually, something else. These here. You can see we got Max's Lost Satchel, Richie's Lost Satchel, Andy's Lost Satchel. These Lost Satchels can actually happen whenever somebody plays the game and they connect online, so that way if they lose their satchel, somebody else that happens to pick up their satchels can send them off to the corresponding player. But sometimes they put down lost satchels there under the names of people who do not actually play the game, but instead is more under the lines of just random NPCs in this game who you never actually get to see. So yeah, I'm just raising up Eevee's friendship a little bit more. I am going to be coming to acceptance of it being an impish nature. I will honestly say that it's not ideally the greatest nature in the world for what I have planned for this Eevee in particular, but I can work around it. I can easily work around it, no problem. So do that. You can probably tell what I am doing with the Eevee though, to be honest, because I'm telling you to do so to actually grind up experience. However, I did also say that upon doing this, it does also raise friendship with your Pokemon as well. So it is more likely the fact that I am raising up Eevee's friendship. For a good cause. There we go. Super just pops out of nowhere. So the Super actually replaces the Starlies. It doesn't replace the Geodudes. Right. So. Oh, there's the Tumblestone rocking about. That's what I was on about the last episode when I mentioned about how you find Geodudes in ore deposits. But you need to make sure you stood close enough to make the Pokemon show up. Otherwise, if you have your Pokemon interact with the ore deposit, nothing happens. It's just a case of like, they do destroy the ore deposit, but the Pokemon doesn't jump out. Now, down there, a guarantee Alpha Parasect. So you know that Paras is in the game as well. And I will say this, and this is actually kind of the most ludicrous thing about Paras. Yes, we all know Paras has a quad weakness to both fire and fighting. But why make the Pokemon aggressive? Every time a Paras happens to see you, it will interact with you in battle. I find that to be absolutely absurdly silly. For a Pokemon to have two quad weaknesses to be a Pokemon that's like always wanting to interact in battle is a bit silly. So there we go. We catch the Paras. Yeah, Subat, I know you're there. Oh, there's the rustling tree. Let's see what Pokemon shows up in the rustling tree. Burmy. Now, Burmy will be important under many criteria, to be honest. Because for those who are not aware about Burmy, Burmy comes into 3 different forms. That one that you saw is the plant cloak form. The other two we will see at a later point. However, Burmy does actually have a split evolution. It will evolve into one Pokemon as a male, but then it will evolve into an entirely different Pokemon when it's a female. So, we caught a male one, now we get to catch a female one. And there we go. And now for this Zubat, it is going to use Bite, but I'm going to run away from the fight. So there we go. Saves time. And time to see the battle of the tree. And also there's an Alpha B battle there. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to call an end to this episode, right? So next time on Legends Arceus, we're going to proceed into the Heartwood to find out information about that Frenzied Cleaver we were told about in the last episode. See you guys then.